ball. That's
All
your
right.
option right there.
We rested for 10 minutes, and then we'll cut her open, see what we got. That's a good one. So I don't care what anybody says, the lean pieces of meat are not.
No, not in those, because you rely on the marbling to help cook the meat and make it juice.
Strands in order to provide some kind of flavor in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you get like that elk meat we had last night that was so lean that. So generally, my barbecue rubs are just. In this instance, I use the chupacabra made by two gringos out of South Texas. And for me, Texas dry barbecue, that's the way to go. It's just using a dry rub, and you have enough fat and moisture in your meat that I wouldn't use any kind of marinades or anything like that on it. A lot of people use binding agents like mineral oil or vegetable oil and put a light layer on the outside of the meat to get the seasoning to stick to it. But generally, chicken, turkey is about the only thing I'll do that with, which that comes down to more of a preference than anything. I'll just put a light layer, or what I consider a light layer. I would probably waste a lot less product on here if I did use a binding agent. But
Why don't you use a binding agent? Is it
really, I don't
change something, or
I don't have a preference. I just
don't?
prefer the flavor that this adds to it, and I'm kind of scared that if I add something into it, that it's going to change that. So basically, I just
when you put rub on, do you actually rub it in at all?
well, I'll pat it in, make sure it goes in the grooves. But no, I'll take the straggler pieces like this and make sure they're on there. And generally, after I put it on the smoker, then I'll take some of this fall off right here and then put it back up on top.
All right.
So generally, you're not cooking a tri-tip. You're cooking a tri-tip like a steak. So basically, you cook it to however you prefer your steaks, whether that's rare, medium rare, medium well, or so on and so forth. And you cook it to that internal temperature, which a brisket, you're going well above that. Brisket is pretty much considered a trashy piece of meat.
Yeah, well, so was tri-tip
until the rednecks
about
learned
the
how to
50s.
perfect it. So basically,
yeah.
So a general tri-tip, you're looking at maybe 2.5 hours.
Okay.
On that cook. It's pretty easy cook, and most of it's just in your seasoning and stuff like that. And then actually pulling it at the correct time.
All right. Well, let's get cooking. So you set it at what now?
So generally I like to smoke everything at 225 degrees. However, with the mountain temperatures and wind gusts and things of that nature, a lot of times you have to go up and set it to 250. Especially with these Traegers with the thinner walls, they don't retain heat very well. So.
Well, that heat blanket probably makes a big difference.
The heat blanket does make a severe difference. So another thing in smoking is wood selection.
Okay. What do you use for this one?
Apple. Pretty much I like to stick with fruit flavored woods.
Okay.
Mesquite, which a lot of the Texas barbecue guys, they get this wrong. And mesquite on beef and pork will actually make your product very bitter.
Okay.
Mesquite's a go-to for me on fish and chicken, but on beef and pork products, they do make it very bitter. So that's one of the biggest things as far as the outcome of your smoke is to make sure that you pair the correct seasoning, the correct wood, and pretty much all of that's going to determine your outcome. Does Weber eye grill, if you've got an older Traeger like I do, it does not have the thermometers and things of that nature. So about an additional Weber eye grill, which can Bluetooth your phone.
How long before you check on it now?
I won't open the lid until it's ready.
Well, when's that?
I'll just go
primarily
off of your internal meat temperature.
Okay.
In this case, you and I need to discuss how we want the readiness of this, whether we want medium or medium well.
Make it for her.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
Yeah, I would do medium, but with other taste around, I guess we'll go with medium well.
Sure. If that last one was medium well, I'm fine. Because that was juicy, tender, just easy to eat.
Right. Take her look open, see what we got here. So it's nice and juicy. You see that juice is just coming out of there. That's a pretty good looking piece of meat right there.
That is.
Juice is just oozing out. So, kind of so the smoke is done. It's up to internal temperature, which on this one we're doing medium well. So, next step in the process would be to sear each side. So what I'm going to do is I've got it on about 400 degrees over here, and I'm going to do it for about a minute on each side, and then go from there. Alright, should be good to go there.
Oh. Rested for 10 minutes, and then we'll cut her open, see what we got.
Bring me to, bring it here. Bring it here.
You like to burn ends?
Sure. He's talking real scientific barbecue stuff, and I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I guess the way he cut off that little end, that must be the burning. Why they call it burn end? It's not burnt.
Well, just texture, basically.
Mmm. Oh, God.
That's a good chunk of meat.
Mmm. Mmm. Oh my God, look at that. Lily's playing with Harper. Take the ball in there.
Hey, Stina. That is a magnet.
Good?
Mm.
I like these things. I always hear them on barbecue shows saying burn ends and stuff, but I didn't know what they were.
Yeah, it's just basically the tips here. It's a little harder texture than the rest of it.
Doesn't seem like it to me. That's pretty tender. Oh man, look at that juice.
And I've always heard the key to this stuff is when you're cooking a whole piece of meat like this,
Yeah.
whatever you're not gonna leave it whole.
Okay.
Just slice off what you're gonna eat, and the rest of it leave it whole. It'll help it contain moisture, and if you're gonna reheat it later, it's better to leave it whole, reheat it as a whole piece, and then cut it up at that point.
Oh wow. Well, there you go, everybody. There's a expert way of cooking tri-tip. So we hope you enjoy it, and thanks for following along.